All right, installment number 32. 32. Wow. You saw in that last video, actually I think it was 26 or something. I think I'm putting it up today. Told you I had clipped off a few clips and then deleted them before I posted them, because say I'd take a video about what we've done and what we're going to do next, and then come back the next day and recalculate just like your GPS, right? And change our plans and do something else. And it didn't make a lot of sense to show you a video that told you what we were going to do and then not do, if that makes any sense to you. So we had over the course of this thing probably a dozen of those kind of videos, but just since we've been back out here since the surgery and everything, at least 3 or 4 times we've taken video and then deleted it later on after it was up on our computer, but not on YouTube yet. So big couple of days, man. We got the dashboard is all done. All we need to do is connect our fan A and fan B, the wires. The battery trays are in. Having a problem with the glue staying on the edge of this, but I got some nice, I think that's toolbox drawer liner stuff we glued right in. Here's one of the batteries. The other battery John needed back, so I had to send it back to him. So we're going to have to fudge this in one at a time. So I think what we're going to do is this will be fan A, which will be that side. This will be fan B, which will be the one on this side. So we'll have fan A, or A battery, B battery, 2 different systems, completely different. So God forbid if he comes out to Grattan in, say, October and wants to run this thing and it's 48 degrees, he may be able to shut one of the fans off and still be, you know what I'm saying? So this gives him some options. You've seen in those old videos, those fans running, man. I'm surprised they didn't leave the ground. They're pretty powerful. So right now, Richie tried to weld the mounting brackets I was showing you on the radiator. We've taken the fans off to the little mounting pieces to hold this air deflector deal onto the radiator. He's having a lot of trouble. I'll let him explain it to you. He's decided to take it to work. So I've marked everything. Pretty good for him. Scribed lines right on it, so he can't mess this up. And we'll get those welded on. Like I said in the last video, that's the last big piece of fabricating that there is to do. The only bit we have left that's more time-consuming, important than running wires and putting the body back on, which we should be getting here in the next day or two, is the actual getting the uprights for the wing back on, and getting our winglets on there, and then getting our end plates, which still need some work. By the way, today is Saturday, I think it's the 10th. What we don't want to do is, they're going to need some surface work before we can paint them. But you only get one shot at drilling and slotting that thing for both the winglet, which is going to be straightforward. It tilts from the front bolt. It pivots from the front bolt. The wing, on the other hand, doesn't pivot from one position. The front goes up and down, and when the front goes up and down, the back does this here on that, they're under here, on that slot, right, that's here on the bit of fiberglass that supports the wing itself. So as this goes up and down, if we had a bolt here, it's going to go back and forth. The hole's not going to change, but this slot will. But on the wing, if it's doing this here, right, if it's not just doing this, it's not just pivoting from the front bolt, and we have a slot, a bolt, a through hole in the end plate here and a slot here, but it's literally doing this here, we're going to have 2 slots, one for the front hole, one for the rear hole, and then a slot and a pivot hole down below for the winglets. So we only get one shot at that, right? We don't want to screw it up. So the way it looks, I think, thank God, I think it's going to rain next weekend. They're talking about some thunderstorms and stuff moving into our area over the next week. We're supposed to, today's Saturday, the 10th, and it's supposed to start here tonight. Our grass is burned up, as you can see. I mean, it's just cooked. It's fried. It looks like straw. Hey, Mama. She's got the worm in her mouth, going to feed the babies. We haven't had any rain here in a couple of weeks. So all the grass out at Grattan kind of looked like that, too, if you looked over my shoulder in those videos. Like I said, we're real close to finishing our work on this thing. I did get a look at, I talked to Patrick today, and I did get a look at the bodywork pictures, man. This thing's, it's going to blow John's mind. This thing's, I don't think John really understands what a fine paint job is, because he's going to get one, and it's going to make the rest of the go-karts in his shop or at the track sitting next to it look pretty silly. So that's it for number 32. Battery trays are in. Got everything hunkered down there. Dashes, all the switches and everything set up here. We just got to wire our fan switches. Everything else is good to go. We have chain lube. This is going to be Rainlight, Micron. This is engine, because this battery runs the ignition system. So engine on, ignition on, then this little light here will stay on, telling him, and then this will be his voltmeter that tells him how much juice is in the battery, so he knows if his engine's going to die. And then this will be fan A and fan B. So there you go. Working things out. We've got to run Monday. We've got to run to Suburban Bolt. Doesn't make any sense to continue going to the hardware store, man. Ridiculous. I mean, you buy a handful, half a dozen, say, quarter 28 button heads that are 3/4 of an inch long. They want $1.59 a piece for them. I can get a box of 100 of them for like $3 or $6 or something. So it doesn't make it. Yeah, we should have been doing this all along, but we haven't really needed a lot of hardware until the end here. We've been mocking up with used hardware we got laying around here, but we want new stuff for John. So that's it. We'll bring you some more. Hopefully soon we'll have the body work back, and we really don't want to put it on until everything else is done. So fingers crossed. Pray for Rich that he doesn't have any issues with the welding of the radiator and getting those mounts on. We get that back on, fans on. We can do our wiring and get that finished. And then from there, wing uprights on. We're ready for the body work to come back. We're looking good. So project almost done. I don't know how many more. I don't think 32. I don't think we're going to get to 40, but we might get to 35 clips. 32 in the can. God bless. Godspeed. Y'all hang in there. We're praying for you.